Alright, also tomorrow the STR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly's Super Easy A does release. For me, it'd be like 1 a.m. in the morning, as you see in here, but for many people, it'll be like, midday, depending on where you are in the world, right? But this is really cool, and I will be alive to go ahead and try this guy out. I think that he has a kit that I really want to try out myself to really get a good grasp. I think he's either going to be, quite effective. I just really need to see that damage, or he'll be maybe a little bit too held back in terms of his defense as well if he's not doing enough like mega pushing. But again, that's something I can only really try out myself so I can get my personal assessment of it. So we'll be kind of just looking at that. But I want to talk about this little theory that's been going around in the community because it's a burst mode for the Resurrection F Blue Goku / Blue Vegeta. And people find this just really random, like, oh, they chose to specifically use this Dokkan event for a burst mode. I think LR Golden Frieza, of course, did get an EZA, and it is a Golden Frieza plus Gogeta card, but still, these guys are kind of just sitting there without their Extreme Z Awakening. Again, like I said, we got the AGL Golden Frieza EZA, and a lot of us assumed, hey, that they would actually EZA them together, but that's actually, so far not the case. But I wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and actually just got this guy his EZA as well. I think there's multiple reasons of why that could happen. I mean, first and foremost, he is, what is this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13, like he's in the top 15 oldest premium characters with an EZA. And I think, they've gone well past that, like with Path to Power Kid Goku and into Yamcha. So there's been a lot of kind of times where they went super far ahead anyways. But if you really notice, we haven't really gotten many, if not any, movie heroes like kind of additions to this team for this celebration. And we need to keep in mind this character does want both extreme class and super class allies on the team, right? Depending on how you build these things. Best case scenario, you have 3 super class allies, and then you have 3 extreme class allies, not counting Frieza himself, which, is pretty easy to get on a double Frieza leader, of course, under both movie bosses and movie heroes. And I just find it interesting that we didn't get anything so far besides this Vegeta and, of course, the Golden Frieza plus Gogeta himself. So it would make sense if they would add even like 2 more characters to the movie hero side of things. But I think this character would be a pretty good Extreme Z Awakening right now, because not only would they be really good on, I think, this kind of movie heroes / movie bosses team, just any help could be more than help for that, right? Just because I think it just needs more options that are like consistent before we're like, okay, we specifically need like this character doing this for the team. I think we just need characters in general, right, that are overall good, and they'll be able to link pretty decently well with a lot of the other characters. LR Golden Frieza, I mean, they actually share a couple of links with LR Golden Frieza, which is really funny. Again, it'd be Super God Combat, Resurrection F, Fierce Battle right there. Then they would be able to get like Super Saiyan Prepared for Battle from like actually, would they be able to get really Super Saiyan Prepared for Battle? Not really. In fact, I don't know how many links they share with the new Wrathful Broly. They would share Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Saiyan Warrior Race. I mean, that's a couple of links there. Like, it's not the worst thing ever. Maybe if these guys give some sort of supportive abilities, that could be pretty good there. And given Goku's kit, he is a character that has, for the first 3 turns, this additional with a high chance he builds up a little bit. But I could see this Goku being a very strong, like, turn 1 to turn 3 character, which is also, I think, what the team really needs. We just got a potential option with that for the STR Broly Super Easy that comes out tonight. He's actually not in the data yet, funny enough. Like, we could take a look here. They haven't done a data download for him yet, so we'll see that in about like less than 12 hours by the time this video is up. But I think that it is like imperative for us to get more options for those shorter fights too, just because they do exist. Another thing is we kind of have like a nothing week right now next week. Like, they could do a lot of things. I mean, I assume like if we take a look here at the news, we know for upcoming content they are dropping stages 5 to 8 for Union Master. That's quite a lot. New missions for this, and then I believe there are stages, what is it, stages 6 and 7 should be coming out for, where is it at? Actually, probably have to go in the news itself. I think I have the campaign pulled up here. In fact, we'll just close this. Where's the red zone specifically? Yeah, stages 5 and 6 from the 22nd. So we should have a data download pretty much on the 22nd, I think, and then maybe like we'll get the character revealed like the night before. Like sometimes what they do is they do a data download and then the stages drop that night. It's situational. They don't usually do data downloads on like a Sunday. They could though, but I guess I'm thinking like a data download on the 22nd to get these stages in game if they're not in here. If they're in this data download, then maybe we could see like something on the 23rd, 24th range. I think that we'll get something like an EZA still within here, and then the next week after will be the next Dokkan Fest TUR, which we haven't had one since Tao. Again, I said that the other day, but that's pretty crazy. So that's kind of like the general time frame of when we might be able to see like a confirmation of this guy, or if they're like, yeah, actually we're gonna Super EZA, or not Super EZA, we're gonna EZA STR Final Form Cooler or something like that, because we only have had what, one 30 stage Extreme Z Awakening in the celebration. We got the LR Golden Frieza to come out, but then after that it's just Wrath of Broly, of course, the new LR. Then we're getting a Super EZA and a Sub EZA. I think another 30 stage EZA for the second half of the celebration to me makes a lot of sense. I think we usually see like a 30 stage EZA for each premium release that does happen, more or less, right? Especially nowadays, they just kind of love to spam EZAs, I feel like, which is really good for us. So ideally we see this guy, I think, get one, or again the cooler movie like part 1 character EZAs would also work just fine. And again, he also works just well, just like across the board with, you know, the blue Goku right here, right? This guy will benefit from him. I think we have the LR Gods that will share a decent amount of links with them as well. Like we're looking pretty good for this guy in general. Even if he isn't the best on the movie heroes team, he'll just have a bunch of other effective teams. So pretty cool. And you know, maybe his own leader could be really interesting, Roma Gods, but you know, it's 200%. That's still more than runnable right now, I think. But that's kind of all I have to say. Very excited to see what they might do here, and if I would actually give him some abilities, which I should have kept them up right now, I'm a little stupid. If I was gonna give him any abilities, it's just really like, honestly, basic effect guard, make it like key 3 launches. This is what if it launches like 3 additional attacks, each of which have a high chance to be a super for the first 3 turns. Right? And then, or maybe he launches 2 additional attacks with a high chance to be super, give him a guaranteed one in his basic effects, or vice versa, whatever they want to do. Give him like, just let's say he has a baseline of 30% damage reduction, then give him an extra 29% for the first 3 turns, then make him start stacking attack and defense greatly. Would just be a very easy way to make this guy good. Like worst case scenario, he's good for the red zones or festival, right? I assume the red zones would be difficult longer fights, but we'll see how difficult they are, you know, fingers crossed. He's a little bit of a build-up character, but you know, they can make this guy really strong still turn 1. We've seen characters that build up that are really strong turn 1, such as, you know, I mean, LR Golden Frieza already had that design, but you get the point. These two right here, or especially this guy, you know, he does want to attack a few times. He had the extra damage reduction early on. A lot of characters that kind of give those kind of abilities, like Yamcha has extra dodge early on, Kale Khalifa had the extra dodge early on, just to allow them to build up a little easier. Let me close STR Mega there, but we'll take a look here. I did ask Twitter, of course, as always. I'm obsessed with Twitter. I'm obsessed with reading Twitter comments. That's just what I am. But I just like seeing what the general community thinks about these things. And I did ask, how would y'all feel if the EZA was announced for next week? And what would you like to see them do with the Resurrection F Blues? So again, even if you don't get any general like sentiments of, oh, I want to see them do this, I just want to see what people are feeling like with this, and then maybe by the time next week rolls around, we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, After STR Broly drops, it's gonna be a little like, you know, the 19th, 20th, 21st range will be a little bit of a period, right? We'll kind of figure out what to do. But yeah, at least for Dokkan content. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been doing a Dokkan video day and then a Genshin video day. I hope that has been working out. And check out the Genshin content, by the way. Some of the content has been really fun. And, you know, I know a lot of y'all might not be interested in Genshin, but I would peep it just to push the game and see if you might like it, right? Let's take a look here at some of the quotes. I pray that they're good if the EZA soon. The exchange OST goes hard. You wouldn't mind listening to it again in a legitimate fight. Yeah, their exchange OST goes really good. I guess I never really talked about the Vegeta side of the card. I mean, they can make Vegeta just like a really strong burst character. Yeah, just like maybe Vegeta's first turn, he gets like an extra like 300% attack. Like once you bring Vegeta out, he's there to finish the boss off. Give him like 3 super attacks and then make him, honestly, like make him double Rainbow Keys for a change and then let him get key 3 per or key 4 per Rainbow Keys for, let him just guide himself towards the Rainbow Orbs. That would be ideal. I think having a like a turn 4 Rainbow Orb changer could be really good for, like, you know, Gogeta, the Gogeta side of the card, of how to explain it, not this card, of the Golden Frieza plus Gogeta, right? It'd be really good for that side of the card, right? Yeah. And overall, I mean, he's just predicated on getting these Rainbow Key Spheres, so I wouldn't mind them keeping that kind of design. Maybe just, again, make him always change Rainbow Key Spheres, but then for the first 3 turns, he has the, like a second Rainbow Orb changing, right? I think that'd be really good. But yeah, I mean, this guy greatly raises attack and defense for the turn. Maybe they make this multiple turns. Maybe they make this massively. Maybe they add some other effects, like an action break would be cool as well. Like, there's multiple things they could do to make this guy good. And I think Int overall is a good typing right now. Like, you have type advantage against Zamasu, which is not like Zamasu hits the hardest ever, but it is just useful to have. And besides the physical Omega fight, there's not really any type disadvantage fight I can think for the Int type. So I mean, this guy will be looking pretty nice. Again, the biggest part of the card that needs to be good right now is the Goku side, though. Vegeta, I think, you know, just make him a Mega Burst. Goku is the one that's going to be stacking in the long fights, and Goku is going to be the one that is going to be who you see in the short fights for the most part. So that's going to be very important. Festival Battle stacking character. If they become Festival slot, people hate Festival, man. Make them have actual defensive mechanics. Yeah, they just don't have any. That was one issue. They dropped and they don't have any defensive mechanics. They're just kind of plain. Vegeta got enough raw defense to live the Broly Super, like on his original release, but he could have been better. If they're good, you're scream like a little girl. If they're mid, you're going to be real upset. If they're bad, you don't think you're allowed to say what they're going to do. Yeah, fair. Let's keep taking a look here. Probably going to be Festival character, though. Maybe. I could definitely easily see that. You'd be happy, Annie? Nice. Make them the second coming of Tech Hulk and Goku. Yeah, don't do this. I'm just thinking of the Diamond Goku thing. Don't do this. No. Okay, let me chill. You would like them to seem to do a lot of damage and have a lot of defense. Wow, that's kind of... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Add them to Transformation Boost. They transform into Inter on the active. Yeah, I think that'd be like a huge kind of addition. They did add a Golden Frieza to a couple of categories. So, and they added DBS Gogeta to a couple categories too, like Accelerated Battle, I believe. So, like, again, add this guy like Transformation Boost. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, I'll take that. Goku, both attack and defense stacking greatly in both, and give him some dodge and additional supers. Guard, damage reduction with 50% minimum, unlimited Rainbow Orb changing, and then attack and defense upon receiving an attack. Yeah, just he can make him a slot 1 character. Yeah. Yeah, Vegeta, I can't speak apparently. Vegeta doesn't have any multiplicative stats besides this. I mean, make him get 200% attack and defense when receiving an attack with 12 marking, and then he can get still like an extra 100% or something. Like after attacking, make him just like a slot 1 viable character. That'd be cool. I'll take that. I'd be happy about that. Yeah. Let's take a look at this concept here, and then we'll read a couple more. So for Goku, key 4, and then 2 additional attacks, each of which have a great chance to be a super. Then all attacks are crits and guards all attacks for 3 turns. 200% attack and defense, 30% reduction, high chance to crits, additional super attack with a great chance to be, or additional attack with a great chance to be a super. So this guy would have 3. Yeah, this is literally what I said actually, except they made this a great chance, which that's fine too. When attacking with 12 more key, 159% attacking defense, and an extra 30% damage reduction. This is fine because I think, well, turn 1 Goku Black AoE shouldn't be hurting this guy much because he would have the guard plus the 30% reduction. That alone will help a lot as long as he's not locked slot 1, which, you know, this is. I get at the end of the day, sometimes characters are just going to be characters that are better in slot 2. So when he builds this up, this could be nice though. And the guard is the only thing that kind of stays for the 3 turns. Either way, in turn 4, if you in short events, you would probably just exchange to Vegeta, right? So 159% right here, then 30% damage reduction, and for every attack performed, 50% attacking defense up to 300%. They gave a 50% attack stack. That would be a 20% defense stack. Keep that in mind. Causes immense damage and then lowers attacking defense. The lower attacking defense would actually be super useful for when you start attacking Goku Black. If you still have like Goku out, not Vegeta. Like if it's like turn 3 and you already have Zamasu killed, which, you know, with how powerful this character is, I could see like, you know, just off the stats alone, I could see like, okay, like a 5 super attack turn, you kill Zamasu within that turn, and then you start attacking Goku Black. Well, these debuffs will apply to him. So, excuse me, my throat was dying. So that could be good. And then with the Vegeta side of the card, 200% guard, rainbow orb changing, tech key spheres, 2 rainbow key spheres. You should not make it specifically tech key spheres. I would argue, this should be instant tech excluded, and then make it another key sphere changing, because this directly hurts the Gogeta and Frieza card. Like that, like actually just like hurts them directly. We don't want this. We don't do that here. No, I think that make this randomly changes another type besides Tekkenins. That'd be good. Because imagine you getting like just like screwed out of the orb changing with the Gogeta because Vegeta comes, or like Vegeta's there. I guess theoretically you could just you put Gogeta slot 1 first and then you exchange to Vegeta after. Probably what you'd do. So maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah. 150% attacking defense when attacking. Let's see. 40% reduction, 200% with Rainbow Key Sphere. With 3. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Again, another additional super here. For every Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, key 2 and a 50% chance to crit. And then the super attack effect is pretty much the same. I would maybe update this, but I don't think it needs to necessarily be updated. I just think because they do update super attack effects for EZAs, they should update this. Just so that, you know, like thinking like 7 years ahead, this guy's super EZAs, like, oh, the super attack effect is so good. Right? That's kind of my thought process. But I like this concept. This is a pretty good one overall. I would be very satisfied if he's like that. You would actively pray for them to suck. You don't care what they do, but you want them to be busted. You would like to see them survive. Yeah, that'd be really good. 2 more concepts. We'll just take a look at these last 2 here since they are concepts, and then we'll kind of end things. I'm gonna skim through this really quickly and just kind of look at it. If you want to like read it, I would just pause. But additional super attack from the 7th turn. Interesting. Key to an additional attack with a 50% chance to be super. Then guard for 1 turn. 259%. Key to an 59% attack and defense for Realm of Gods or Movie Heroes allies. 40% reduction plus the guard turn 1 would be nice. And then additional super attack, 70% chance. 100% when attacking and 59% chance to crits. Okay. For every attack realized. Is this this is every attack dealt. Right. Every attack done. What is it? Specifically the term. Every attack performs. 50% up to 200%. Build up crit. Build up an additional damage reduction rate. So this guy would build up to 59% damage reduction. Then when 3 super attacks are done during the turn, you would get guard. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Then greatly raise attack and then raises defense for Goku. Vegeta gets 318%. Sure, I see that. One type of key to Rainbow except in an AGL. I'm not sure why you specifically chose AGL. Like, what AGL character needs orbs right now? Am I like missing something? Like, I'm not sure. Did you just like put a random like generator and you're like, yeah, actually AGL. Like, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of what character wants AGL keys first, and why didn't you make it tech? But that's me. Yeah, this also looks good. I mean, just a lot of stats when attacking under 318% basically. Extra support with Vegeta, extra damage reduction there on top of that. Like, so that's what, 68% damage reduction. Guard with 3 removable key spheres. Yeah, this Vegeta would be busted. Yeah, extra support. This Vegeta would be really busted in Massive Race. Yeah. Again, let's take a look at this last one here, and I appreciate you guys for giving the comments and the actual like what's it called, concepts, right? Just because it's like a thing where, okay, I think this could be interesting, and we'll just see what the community kind of is looking for with characters. So greatly raises attack defense, causes immense damage, and then greatly lowers attack defense. Sure. Okay, well, this is pretty strong. Realm of Gods and Movie Heroes key through, and it's 700% attack and defense per 4 turns. I'm not sure they would do that much, but I mean, Omega exists, but this is like an easy A. I don't know if they would get this to an easy A. It probably could be like 30%, like 77%. That's like a new character, you know? They would not give that to like some random character. 220%, 60% reduction, 2 types of orbs into Rainbow, into an STR excluded. I mean, STR, maybe the STR Blues, I guess. 30% attacking defense, up to 60% for every key sphere obtained, so just 2 key spheres. For 4 turns, guards, crits, and then as the first second attacker launches an additional super. So you just got rid of the build up completely. I mean, this guy has no build up, so he has no multiplicative stats right here. Oh wait, here's one. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Here's the build-up. And then if there's another Realm of Gods against an extreme class enemy, or if there's another super class Realm of Gods and Movie Heroes ally, he has a Scouter. Why'd you like? You just like don't like the Goku Frieza, I guess. No, not the Goku Frieza, the Gogeta Frieza. Bro hates that character. I mean, again, I'm just reading this here. So, gaming Vegeta buffs here. Yeah, overall, this would be good. I just don't know if this would be a good easy A for the new team. Where I'm kind of looking for, like, buffs for, like, this new team. Like, this Vegeta would be very powerful as well. Like, yes, dodge, the high damage reduction, but I think overall would be a good character. I just, like, for the new team, that I don't think that's necessarily what they're looking for, but either way, maybe people don't want them to be kind of good for the new team. Maybe people want them to be just usable on another team, but hands up in the air. Thanks y'all for watching. Let me know what you're thinking, and of course, catch you guys next time. Peace out.